Question 4 says to us that in a geometric sequence, the sixth term is 9 and the common ratio is r. We are now given different information that we used to be given. Mostly we'll be calculating the r. We are now given r and any other term in the sequence. So we are doing question 4 here, and we are told that term 6 is a 9 and the common ratio is 2, right? So this can tell you that we might be asked reverse questions like find the first term or the terms in a sequence, something like that, because we've been calculating r and then the sequence. So indeed, question 4.1 says determine T1 and it's 2 marks. T1, remember, is A, right? So here we are dealing with question 4.1, and we need to calculate T1. To get T1, I will say, look, term 6 is equals to A times r to the power 5. Remember the pattern that we have in a geometric sequence to say the exponent here is 1 less the number of terms. In other words, we say 6 minus 1, we get a 5 there, and then that should give me term 6. But we're saying here that the term 6 is a 9, right? We're saying term 6 is equals to a 9. And we don't have A, which is what we are actually looking for. We are basically looking for the first term, which is given by A and is an unknown. Now, we know that the common ratio is actually a 2, so we have a 2 to the power 5 there. And this means that we're going to have 9 is equals to A. Okay, we know that 2 to the power 5 is actually 32. So it means here I'm going to have a 32 times A, 32A. And for me to find A, I can divide both sides by the 32 here so that it cancels, and I'm left with A is equals to the 9 over 32. So therefore our A should be equals to 9 over 32. This was marked out of 2 marks. So the 1 mark will come from the correct substitution and your final answer. Question 4.2 says to us that determine the first 4 terms of the sequence. Remember that A here is the first term, so we actually answered the question by finding the value of A. So that means our first term is going to be 9 over 32. And to find the next term here, we are going to multiply by 2. I can use my calculator here instead of depending on my head. It's doable with doing it using your mind, but it might take time here. Remember, we only have like 2 marks here, I think, or 1 mark, so we need to save time. So you can simply say 9 times 2, because to get to the next term we multiply by 2, and this gives me a 9 over 16. Then I can multiply by 2 again here. So I'm going to multiply the answer by 2, and that gives me a 9 over the 8. Because we want for the first 4 terms, I'm going to multiply by 2 again, and this gives me a 9 over a 4. And of course, they're asking us to find the next 4 terms because A we found here. So basically, we're finding these new terms here. And actually, it's 1 mark. That's what I'm saying. Using a calculator here will be very useful than trying to do these fractions with your mind. They just give you 1 mark for finding the correct sequence. I mean, there's nothing much that we do there. That could be within 1 minute because 1 mark is 1 minute.